Did you not hear me? This place is closed. No learning today about how everything happens according to the obscure calculus of an indecipherable plan.
Yeah, but you're DeFree's friend, aren't you?
Why are you asking? Who are you?
The people she tried to kill.
By the architect. I had no idea. I wish I could say it was unbelievable. I was afraid she was becoming a danger to herself and to others. But this is horrifying.
Yeah, imagine how we feel. Why don't you tell us where she is so we can make sure she ain't being a danger to herself or others?
I'm gonna let them talk.
And how are you going to do that?
That ain't something you ought to be concerning yourself about.
If you think I'm going to help you do what I think you're talking about, you are deluded.
I may be deluded, but you're lucky you ain't dead. Seeing how she seems partial to using her friends as victims.
Does she? It occurs to me that you have provided no proof of what you're accusing her of.
Why don't you take a long look at me? This is all because she betrayed us. Her team, her friends, even the one whose life she saved in Triangulum.
By the architect. You're Niles, aren't you? She mentioned you a few times, but refused to elaborate. All I knew was that she was fond of you, and that you were dead.
She was fond of me? Then why? Why would she try to kill me?
I can't say, but it may be one of the things she anguished over. An anguish I fear finally overwhelmed her, and could likely be what's driven her to her present course of action.
And what was that course of action?
I wish I knew. It's nothing good, I can tell you that. I haven't seen her since before the corporatists invaded the island. I'm afraid she's going to do something terrible, but I just don't know what. Maybe none of this would have happened had I not introduced her to Victor.
Victor's the guy who you accuse her of conspiring with, right?
How did... You saw her terminal, didn't you? Victor's an Order archivist. We were all friends for a time. But then, shortly before the schism, they started talking to some others inside the Order. That's when things became tense. I started to become uneasy, scared, really. She kept getting angrier with the Order the more she worked with Victor and her other contacts. On top of everything else, it became just too much for me.
Did she ramble on about the Sentinels versus the cult of corporatism serial a lot?
Among other things. For some reason, she was obsessed with the cliffhanger ending of Chapter 6. It was the one where capitalist fanatics brought complete destruction upon Arcadia. But you know how it works. It was somehow miraculously saved at the beginning of the next chapter. Didn't matter to DeVries, though. She just kept going over it and over it. Would have talked to a Crabble about it if there was no one else to listen. That, and the invasion itself, set her mind to dark things. I begged her not to go down that road again.
Ian?
She was so agitated when I first met her. Must have been 7, going on 8 years ago now. She never slept, didn't talk to anyone if she could avoid it. After we became friends, she began to change. Still bothered her from time to time, but I thought it mostly behind her. I couldn't watch her go back to how she'd been. Or worse.
How did you meet?
We became friends when she... Well, she saved me. I'd said something without thinking. Must have been distracted. We all know to watch every last word we say. For some reason, she interceded on my behalf with an arbiter. And she convinced him he didn't hear what he actually did. No one does that. Void, I didn't think anyone could.
Was she part of the Order?
We all were, originally, before the schism. But she never gave it up, even when it became illegal to even mention their name. Which was surprising with how angry she seemed to be getting with them, even as she was deep into scheming with Victor and the others. She even continued to sign her messages, "See you in the equation." It's all so confusing.
Is it true that the Order somehow helped anti invade? What? Is it true that the Order somehow helped antis invade? Like the Protectorate is saying? I guess that was meant to be antis invasion. Or anti-invade.
No. But it had to be someone's fault, right? The Protectorate couldn't possibly have failed to safeguard the colony. And they had to answer the accusations the Order leveled at them.
What do you know about what she was doing at the Vox station?
What do you mean? It was where she worked, one of the Protectorate's communications hubs. She didn't speak of it much. At least to me. She may have spoken to Victor about it.
Seems like no wonder it was unsettling for you.
She ain't the only one.
It's difficult to explain. She spoke about things in unfamiliar ways. I felt her words to be freeing, at first. But slowly, I began to feel unmoored, doubting everything I ever knew. She said learning the truth of things was worth it. But now I question whether her truth was just more of her penchant to sow chaos, no matter who may be caught in her schemes. Some days I wish I'd never listened to her at all. Others, I can't help but miss her. Even with everything.
Know a little something about that too.
Did you ever see her again, Savannah?
I did try to. Once. After the corporatists invaded Paradise Island and took over Fairfield. They seemed to let anyone in there. Some boisterous fellow even tried to recruit me.
Was she there? Did you talk to her?
No. Nearest I could surmise, she'd left just prior to the fall of Fairfield. I'm ashamed to admit, I did break into her safe. She used the same code for everything. 15-778.
That is Agent DeVries's identification code, Commander.
She said it had some meaning from her previous life. I'd hoped she'd left something for me, but the safe was empty.
It's all fascinating, but I gotta find her before she does something mental.
I know I've no right to ask this of you, but when you find her, please remind her of who she used to be. She's unwell, but I know there's still hope for her.
We'll see what she has to say first, then we'll decide.
That's all I can ask.
Alright, so... Well then... We'll beeline over here. Alice wants to see it. See the, basically a doctor who saved his life previously. And the doctor saved him, and then they kind of were friends and ran in the same circles for a bit. I think they worked against the Protectorate, but then something happened and they fell out. What is this? Anti's choice biomass weapon workbench. It appears that someone gave up halfway through a project. You've all the ingredients and parts needed to easily create several biomass grenades. But I don't have the knowledge. Westport observational report. Infiltration state moderate low. Initial fighting caused substantial damage to Westport's infrastructure. They still have power, limited portable water, and passable fortifications. Worth noting that they are experiencing a severe shortage of automechanicals. While state moderate, holding in Westport, subjects still believe that the Sovereign will swoop in and save them. This resolve seems rather fragile though. A couple more hardships could shatter that resolve. The standoff is working against us. And then additional notes, Vigilant Hogarth himself is preoccupied by some schism in local command. This type of internal conflict in the Protectorate chain of command could be exploited if at all possible.
even want to think about the damage those crabbles are gonna do to my machines.
They're crabbles. They ain't gonna do nothing to your precious terminal. Only thing they're in
Crabbles?
danger to was us.
Yeah, you may have the right of it. I just ain't certain.
Word is Milver Street is ordering a watch on the Protectorate survivors in Westport. Wants any?
Already seen that one.
I hate that kind of work. It always sounds like so much effort. That kind of thing ain't even
Scout
on my
report.
contract.
Yes, sir.
Milver
Looks
Street
like
is
the repair
offering
center
bits
is still out of
rewards
order,
for anything
sir.
of import we can
Excellent.
tell him. But I do love bits. Come on, friend.
That they haven't
Let's go
managed
set
to
our lamps
repair
with
it.
something juicy.
If command has
So where are they talking about?
temporarily.
This place that we're going to?
Be advised. Physiological cues indicate acute cantankerousness in nearby armed guards. A stealthy approach is suggested.
Dangerous enemies are enemies with skulls next to the health bar, signifying that you might be too underleveled to fight them. If you're having trouble overcoming them, try gaining a few levels before coming back. Like leaders or bosses, these enemies are resistant to certain powerful effects and must be dealt enough damage to make them weak first.
Suggested.
Homicidally irritable employee. Okay. Do we have to go in here? Let's not. Let's go around it. I'm sure we'll likely get given a job to go over and deal with that place, so we might as well continue with what we're doing, get a few levels before we go in there. How awesome that looks. They just did this whole area in general.
Contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep well at night.
Huh.
Work isn't
Well,
strenuous or stressful.
at least it's not shooting the water anymore.
And plentiful.
Visitors, huh? Just meandering about, free of any appointed minder? Not so sure I ought to be speaking with you. If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I suggest you seek out Vigilant Hogarth. That tall, stately building back yonder is his domicile. Do hate to come off impolite. If you're so inclined, we can pick this up later, after you two confabulate.
Is there anything you can tell me?
Word of the wise, despite what you might hear, we still consider ourselves part of the Protectorate. Anyone spots an outsider engaging in misdeeds might just open fire.
As the perfect ecosystem. The
So this is a
native
Protectorate
flora and
zone.
fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich
No,
natural
I just feel
resources
sad for them.
present a
It's even in their name.
complex
Auntie's
ecological
choice.
To govern it,
Yeah,
the
don't take your aim.
They don't have the balanced hand of a sovereign. Just a normal person making random and perfect decisions.
marvel where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all.
Let's talk to Nelson's friend first.
We all know how
and Sovereign chose Eden.
I just have a feeling this is another time that we're going to end up having a whole load of stuff to do in.
Like the paradigm says we're to spend our lives in upgraded ways.
Individualists within Andy's choice. Though don't fret, the system is
Almost missed the routine certitude of my assigned profession.
But now, more than ever, we must all do our part to maintain it.
This looks like the place. Lord, I haven't felt this high-strung since Horizon Point. Just hope he's here.
Niles.
Howdy, Zeb. You look... well.
What's that symbol above his head? Two hack guns.
You always put your hands on other people's things.
Shut up. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters.
This is another conversation that I would have preferred just to let Niles do. Don't just stand there, Niles, and introduce me to your friend.
Zeb, this is the commander I told you about. One in charge of the Horizon Point mission.
Ah, yes. The same commander who nobly ordered you to leave your colleague to perish under rubble.
Yes, I did. With respect, Dr. Tran, you weren't there.
No. I only dealt with the bloody aftermath. So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine.
We're working together to save Arcadia.
That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this colony.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting.
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart.
Maybe you'd like to rethink Niles' offer of help, huh?
I knew something was wrong. What have you gotten yourself into here, Zeb?
That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board. Please.
I'm in if Niles is.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
Then let's hope
find a way to
the
get there.
ship also takes its time arriving. And that my friend's pain threshold
Yeah,
was...
we got some
I'll
questions.
answer what I can.
How did Protector Doctor
If
end
you
up
must know,
fighting as a rebel?
It was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct and she was taken to be refreshed. I never heard what her alleged crime was meant to be. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. The injustice of it rattled me. And once I began to look into what had happened, the more discomfort I felt. Then I met Niles. He told me the truth about other colonies. Made Arcadia feel so small, claustrophobic, repressive. And my smoldering resentments became a full conflagration.
What about your sentimental refreshment?
Stop there. I know what you would ask, but I've done my best to put that unpleasant experience behind me. Please respect my wish to avoid reopening closed wounds.
Sure. What can you tell me about your neighbors?
Crabbles? They keep people away who might otherwise stumble into my operation here. I feel kindly toward them.
How's your friend to Westport?
Of course. Hogarth and his unfortunate charges would be top of mind if you've explored the nearby settlement. I sympathize with the plight of those in Westport. They want nothing to do with me, of course, or anyone outside the Sovereign's grace, which has been to my benefit. I do believe that one day, the truth of the Protector's iniquity will be too obvious to ignore. But for...
Hey, another level up. This is actually pretty tough to stay, like, do the things that I want to do. I think yeah, we'll bring hack and speech up a little bit each. Nice. Get our first perks for our companions. So Niles, we get to choose, I'm assuming, one of these. So the first one is Niall puts himself in the enemy's line of fire to protect his comrades. Enemies more likely to target him and will occasionally fire at enemies not targeting him. Oh, and he, yeah, okay. So he basically taunts something and every now and then taunts other things. He also has the ability to ignore some damage. And then he gets armor penetration on top of that. He can taunt. That would be helpful. Hit. Yeah, great. And then Valerie has party members affected by Valerie's life injection module traits receive a moderate armor bonus. Life injection? When a party member gets low in health, Valerie fires a syringe of healing darts that heals on impact. I thought that was her ability. And then the other one is whenever Valerie uses her life injection module trait, all other party members, including herself, are also healed. Yeah, I think we'll take that. 3 heals is always good. So we are... The fact that they're actually kind of like under a bit of pressure. Kind of torn here because I'm thinking if we go back and we can convince the leader of this area to back off, will he just let them go? But I think because of the time constraint, I'm going to go straight there. Deal with... Really? He only touched the water? But yeah, because of the time, I'm going to go straight over there and see if I can free those people. We can come back and speak to the leader of this area after. Ooh.
Confronting threat. Sequencing attack strategies.
Pick up like a strap and trap.
Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff we're taking around here. Mother load of loot. Plenty to get me back in the sprite race. Just didn't account.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Real fly in the old ointment. I could just sit tight, live lean off all these supplies, hope the crab will skedaddle, or maybe open the door and hold. Seems like a good idea. Nah, it's a great idea.
Ready to assist with agent's health needs.
Yeah, what about down here? So how do the companions get health? They oh, out of combat, they just heal up. Right on cue.
Entering a confrontational state. Bodily trauma soon.
Can we do anything about those? Oh, okay. We can sneak through grass. Oh, go in that building in a moment. Space right, fed more money. Some bit of loot in this little area. Another drop box, awesome. We're gonna have to go back to the ship soon and start unlocking some of these. I think those boxes that we're finding, they're basically how you get the upgrades for your companions. You need keys for them, but I've collected up a few keys. Maybe 4 or 5? Oh, this is so good. Wonder what the tossball guards are for. Oh, it literally just said. So the collectibles, they actually do things for your characters. Let's see if we can have a quick look at where they are. Quest items, collectibles. So, collectible card to permanently grant small bonus to your stats once found. Wait, oh, so that was the +1 toxicity crash threshold. They were both toxicity crash threshold. Boxes tell you what they give. That's also really good. Enter passcode. Already left. Go get her. Hidden ambitions. Were it but offered, I would revel in the life of a minor functionary within middle administration, but such is not my lot under the Protectorate. Once one is delegated to a post, there they must remain. What is a person with ambitions meant to do here, I ask, besides wallow in obscurity? I oftentimes wonder how I might fare within Anti's choice, freewheeling meritocratic society, though to even consider such thoughts is to court swift rendition to a mental refreshment center. As unheard of as it sounds, I have been reassigned by Vigilant Hogarth. He has tasked me to raise the spirits of my fellow subjects by reciting inspirational words from the Sovereign. A great honour to be sure, but I worry, if my mind ever begins to wander, will I start singing the spirited product jingles of our commercialist rivals? Yet I must hold firm. Such doubts are contrary to the true go-getter I know myself to be. Admin Chatterjee indicated that my recent conduct was a profound disappointment to all Protectorate society. As the frequency of my washroom visits has increased by 5.6%, my manner has become jittery and fretful. I dare not admit the reason. I feel impelled to devour Auntie's choice purpleberry crunch at every opportunity. I nodded, accepting 6 demerits and an extra work of hour to offset my loss in output. My thoughts already turning to my sweet prohibited indulgence. Despite how thrilling I find this, Red Cloak serial, it has left my days and nights full of worry and doubt. Like all who tune in, I cheer at the exploits of the lone righteous sentinel. She nabs hidden sympathizers intent on undermining our Protectorate. But as the miscreants are shipped off for mental refreshment, I wonder, what would Red Cloak think of my purple berry crunch consumption, or my enthrallment with its advertisements? I fear I know the answer.